You're listening to Screaming Goat Radio with Kevin and Chris, right here on LA Talk Radio.
Welcome to the show endorsed by Howard Stern's cousin's babysitter. Screaming Goat Radio. Don't fuck it up, Kevin and Chris. Tweet the guys during the show at SG Radio LA. We know you have a lot of choices on the internet. So from all of us here at Screaming Goat Radio, we just want to say thanks for choosing us over porn.
Welcome to Screaming Goat Radio. Not just one co-host today. It looks like I've got two co-hosts today on the show.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, good. Incredible ventriloquist, too. So for people that don't know, Chris, that's a birthday present that you're holding from me to you here. You recently celebrated your birthday.
It is.
We celebrated your birthday. And I got you something that I think it's a great gift, and I think it's something that you're going to use.
I'm clearly enjoying it already.
Yeah. I didn't know it was going to... I know it was going to add to the show. We should put him on the mic over here.
Maybe we should.
If your hand can reach that far.
Let me see. Little shy, Kevin. A little shy at first right now.
He was talking on the mic a second ago.
Yeah, but this is just intro, like he doesn't want to be interrogated by you, interviewed by you.
I do want to interview him a little bit more because we've got to let the people listening at home know what he is in the present. But I want to say first, everyone out there listening, welcome to Screaming Goat Radio. We are going to have a very sports-heavy show here. We're going to be getting into some fantasy football, talking some NFL.
Yes.
Should be really fun. And then we have a friend that's actually, he has been a lifelong Yankees fan, and he's going to be meeting his idol, Derek Jeter, here
not even
tomorrow.
just a Yankees fan, but
a Jeter fan.
A Jeter fanatic.
There are videos of him that I've seen where I swear to God he's making kissy faces at Jeter or doing other things with his hands in his mouth at the games watching Jeter play. He'll say he loves him as well. So he's a huge Jeter fan. We're going to try to get a hold of him here and see if we can, because he's going to meet him tomorrow.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's finally happening for him, and I have no idea how he's going to respond, what he's going to say, what he's going to do. Is he going to pee his pants? Is he going to poop his pants?
Yeah, 1, 2, or 3.
Is he going to jizz in his pants? Was that 3 for you? Or
that was 3.
I didn't know if diarrhea was 3. Sometimes people say diarrhea is 3.
Jizz is 3 for me.
Jizz is. I don't know what he's going to do.
I almost feel like we should get a hold of Jeter to warn him. Just maybe we're talking to the wrong person here.
I'm conflicted in that sense because this is my friend who's about to meet his idol, so I have some allegiance there. But at the same time, do I have a duty to the general public safety and in warning Jeter?
If something happened to Jeter, I don't know if we could live with ourselves.
I feel so bad.
The 3 of us, I don't know if we could live with ourselves.
I feel so bad,
That's great.
I think I have a second calling.
It's pretty impressive. It really is. You should take this on the road. Don't forget the little people when you make it big. So
the problem is that if I move away so that he can talk, then it's not as loud on the microphone.
Unless you threw your voice, unless you could get over to that mic.
Yeah.
And you could switch it like that. But we are going to talk to our friend that's going to meet Jeter, and then we've got a list of the top broke athletes. We're going to get into some of these athletes and really the stories of how they got broke here on Screaming Goat Radio.
They obviously did not invest in the right things.
And we're going to find out what that is here in a second. If you want to get a hold of us, call the show, 818-570-5085. So do you want to tell the people at home, Chris, before we get into some of our sports stuff, we want to give some more background on what that incredible gift is. It is the holiday season. People out there might be shopping for Christmas gifts for loved ones or friends, and I think I got you a great gift to start the week off that was brought on by our guest, Marquis Richardson from Dear White People last week.
Kevin. I think it's pretty clear.
Yeah?
It is a talking hand warmer sock.
It's very versatile. It could be that.
I think you get these at Brookstone or
Well,
what's that place with all the gadgets? Is
the
that
one
Brookstone?
I got you was higher end. It was like Versace, half Brookstone.
Yeah, and it like massages you at the same time. It's an alarm clock as well. It's a nice, multifaceted gift.
I didn't read everything on there when I was shopping.
No, I mean, it's a little misleading because I have it on my hand. Mm-hmm. Okay, I just like to play with it.
Oh, well.
But as far as for our listeners and our viewers, it's a little misleading. I'm wearing this half Brookstone, half Versace sock. It's very soft. It's very comfortable on my hand. But yes, as Kevin was saying, this is something that was spurred on by our guest last week from Dear White People, Mr. Marquis, and he was talking to us about some work he had done.
Yes.
Right? Acting work on the show True Blood.
Yeah.
And, of course, us being fans of the show, we knew it was immediately having to do with either blood or sex.
Or probably a combination
of the two. And he was just like, yeah, they told me the very first day, as soon as I got the job, I come in to the first meeting, and they're like, yeah, you're going to be naked.
No script, nothing description. They just said, just so you know, we don't know what you're going to be doing on the show, and yet but you will be naked.
You will be naked.
Yeah.
So that's interesting in and of itself, but then it's like, okay, so the secrets to the business.
Yeah.
What do you do in those scenarios? Well, we found out pretty quick that what you have to use in those instances is something called and it's a very scientific name, a cocksock.
A cocksock, yeah.
A cocksock.
That's the clinical name. You search cocksock on there, and that's what comes up.
And that's obviously what you looked up.
Yeah.
In your search for my gift.
Yeah, and there were so many questions after Marquis left, as I was looking for the perfect gift for you, that we were thinking about asking him, like, do they have a special tailor on set, that some old Jewish guy that walks in and measures you?
Like he's unionized. Like he's the only one that's allowed to do that.
Yeah.
You can't measure your own cock.
No. If you got your hands down there, he's like, hey, that's my gig.
Yeah. And then if he doesn't bring, well, I mean, this wouldn't happen for me necessarily, but if he didn't bring the right length, he didn't bring a long enough tape measure.
Yeah, if you're a grower and not a shower, and maybe during the, maybe you want a dry fit sock, maybe you want, maybe you're allergic to certain material,
Exactly.
We have all these questions. We got to have Marquis back on.
We're going to have a whole entire show
Yeah.
with Marquis just to ask him about this one subject.
Because
I need to know how to use this. And I'm flattered that you got this for me, because you know that I'm going to be doing a lot of nude work.
Yes, well,
in the film business coming up.
Yeah. I was just trying to give you, I knew you didn't have one, and I figured it's another avenue. It's another opportunity for you, since you don't have your own cocksock. Like the guys that walk into the bowling alley that have their own balls are better at bowling than other people.
Oh,
I figured
clearly, of course.
You have your own cocksock, you're going to be better at cocksock work than just somebody like Marquis that's hired as an actor and walks in.
I guarantee you I would have killed his scenes better than he did.
You're going to be able to show up to auditions already wearing the cocksock. You show up to a True Blood audition already in full cocksock, ready to...
They're going to be like, how did he know?
Yeah, he's very good.
And it's going to give me that extra swagger. I'm going to walk in with an extra, movement to me.
Are you thinking you're going to just be wearing the cocksock, or you're going to, have it coming out of your jeans?
Well, either way. Even if I just wear the cocksock, that's bold. That's bold. But if I wear it underneath my jeans... but I got it on, and it's giving me that confidence.
It's a choice at some point. Maybe you reveal it.
Yeah, maybe I just throw them down. Yeah. Just hands down, pants down, or whatever. What's his name? The commentator for the NBA says, God, Mark.
I just know, what is it? Dance off, pants off, dance off.
Dance off.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so I think this is going to come in very handy for me, and no pun intended, because I can also use it as a, hand puppet.
It's true, yeah. Just make sure to launder it in between.
The different uses.
Yeah, you don't want to mix, junk with hand usage. You want to make sure you either... I mean, you could also think about just purchasing a pair of gloves.
Yeah.
There's that option as well.
It's so warm, though. It's so nice. Do you want to try it on, Kevin?
Well, and I was going to ask you again, is this laundered? Is this...
Not as of yet. I haven't done any scenes with it.
We're pretty close.
I mean, I've tried it on.
I'll try it on.
I've tried it on, but here.
Yeah, I don't want to stretch it out. It seems like it's a tight fit, so... Oh, yeah, that's lovely. I did get you some...
I'm glaring at you, Kevin, for that comment.
I can feel it.
I'm not even going to respond to such...
That's very comfortable. Very warm and inviting. I feel like you could just be laying it on a table or whatever with a roaring fire in the fireplace. Maybe 2 cups of eggnog, one big, one little.
Are you saying is that metaphorically? Like I have it on my hand at that point in time in that scene with the fire, or
No, I
have it on here
I was
and I'm laying
thinking
it on a table.
I was thinking it was where it's intended to be.
And I'm
Very
laying it on a
comfortable.
table.
Yeah, laying it on a table.
So it's like a low coffee table.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm not that short. It could be a mid-level kids dinner table.
Not that comfortable,
scenario.
I guess, to lean up to a coffee. I don't know. You know, we'll have to figure that part of it out. But
Thank you, Kevin, though.
happy birthday, Chris.
Thank you so much. This is better than any gift I've ever gotten,
Well,
really.
For any of Chris's friends or family watching,
Other than the gift of life.
yeah, well, that's your mother.
That was my mother.
Mother gave that to you. I'm well,
That's
I guess
very
a
close
second. Yeah,
Yeah, the cock sock.
So anybody out there that's looking for a gift for Chris for the holidays or a late birthday gift, sorry, you got to scratch cock sock. And
But
Santa
for
Claus.
other people, sure. I mean,
Yeah,
you've
but
given
for-
them an idea.
Yeah. But for Santa Claus out there, it would be something good possibly to start dropping in stockings.
Stocking stuffers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, should we get to some of our sports talk here on our quote
On
unquote
our-
minute?
Quote unquote.
The quote unquote minute, because
Sports Talk Minute.
every time we try to do this segment, it always lasts well over 1 minute. So we figured we're embracing the intention of the segment, which keeping it kind of short and sweet, but at the same time, we're allowing it to sometimes go on a little further than it needs to. I figured in this first segment, Chris, there's a lot of people listening to the show that I'm sure have fantasy teams, and I know this was a heartbreaking fantasy campaign for you and I, and maybe this would just be something good for us, very therapeutic, and maybe people out there to hear the heartbreaking
So they're not alone, so that they know they're
nature
not alone.
of both of our fantasy losses. We had great teams, but teams that could not pull it out, and I think yours is a little more heartbreaking than mine. So I don't know if that means that I go first, and then yours can be the one at the end to kind of follow it up, but.
You want me to go first?
Well, no,
Is that
I was saying maybe like since yours is better. Well,
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't listening to you.
Yeah, by better I mean worse. By better I mean worse. Maybe I should just tease mine first. But
Yes, and by worse you mean better.
yes, so I was up. So for me, everything came down to the New England game, and I was playing against Brady, and I had Gronk.
I like how you phrase that. You were playing against Brady.
I was playing against these Super Dupes, which is my team. We're playing
Ooh, the Super Dupes.
playing against Brady.
Super Dupes.
I had LaFell and I had Gronk. So I have his two top weapons. In the fourth quarter, I am up 14 points in this game. And so basically the only thing that beats me is a long touchdown pass from Tom Brady to anybody else. And keep in mind, I've got his two top receivers. So
There are a lot of other people on the team, though.
yeah, but Edelman's got 2 or 3 touchdowns up till that point, and it's not like those are his top targets. So I think I have this. I feel like I'm solid. I'm all good to go. And then Brady throws a 60-yard
You're already
touchdown.
celebrating,
I'm already celebrating.
popping the cold one open.
Brady throws a
cheersing.
60-yard touchdown to Julian Edelman. I lose by 4 points. Well, then the guy had Freeman for the Falcons. I mean, I get as many touches per game as Freeman. So
He played Freeman?
I guess he had nothing else, but he got 2.8 is what he got. So I ended up losing by 7. But if Brady does not throw that touchdown to Edelman, Chris, I win and I advance on heartbreaking fashion. I was up in this game until 7 minutes left.
That
when
is
Brady threw
heartbreaking,
touchdown.
my
Yeah.
man. I mean, if Brady just didn't do his job and didn't throw
As
touchdown
well,
passes.
they were up in that game. He could have very easily. They could have passed it to Blunt. They could have ran the ball. They could have chewed some clock. Why they're taking a shot, I have no idea.
Making a statement.
I have no idea.
Making a statement, Kevin.
Yeah,
They're coming off a loss.
Chargers offense was doing nothing in the game. They were up 2 points. Run the ball. You get a couple first downs. Worst case scenario, you punt. Phillip Rivers is not going to march down that field. Why are you on a first down throwing deep to Julian Edelman? It ruined the Super Dupes season.
Ruin it. They're not so super anymore, are they?
It ruined him. Just the dupes.
Wow.
Just the dupes.
No, that's tough when you think you have it there. You're right there. You're
Snatched.
this close.
Yeah.
You're this close.
Well, yours.
I
felt bad until I talked to you about your loss, and then I felt a little bit better. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. I'm glad you can feel good in my
Yes.
misery. Mine happened to be 1 point. 1 single point, okay? 1 single point
That's pretty bad.
that I lost by. And in our league, Yours might be, I'm not sure. It's a PPR league, as
Mine
they say.
is a PPR
Points
as well.
per reception.
Points per reception, yeah.
So for those who don't know, so that would mean that any one of my players across the board gets one more catch. And even one of my receivers gets one more catch.
And you tie.
And we tie, and I win because I had the tiebreaker. However the league was set up, I mean, I had beat this guy twice already in the season and had scored more points, was ranked higher or whatever. I would have gone on with one more point. One more point. And the part that sucks, that's so excruciating about it, is that one of my best receivers, if not my best receiver, Brandon Marshall.
From the Bears,
For the Bears, was finally having a great game. They were throwing to him. I think he had 61 yards in the first
He's
quarter.
been streaky, so.
He's been up and down. And so it was like, okay, yes, he's having a good game. Just a fluke tackle where the defender comes in and knees him in the back, breaks two of his ribs. He's got a collapsing lung. He gets carted off to go to the hospital after the first quarter. I got 3 quarters of football left with this guy, and I need 1 point.
I was like, he would have had at least one more catch.
Just even if it was one catch for 1 yard.
Yeah.
1 catch for 1 yard, and he gets tackled. I win the damn ball game. Okay? Not only that, my best running back, Rashad Jennings. He goes off for almost 100 yards and 2 touchdowns last week. Gets me 30 points or whatever. This week, nothing, really, because I didn't play him, and I knew this, but he sprained his ankle, Kevin. He just decided he's going to sprain his ankle last
injury,
week.
yeah.
So,
it's hard to know to play somebody or not.
Well, but that's the thing. So you look up, you watch, you go on Twitter. You get up first thing in the morning and you go on Twitter and you say, is this guy going to play? And you get all the info. You look at the Jay Glazers and the who's and who's of the NFL, and you find out if he's going to play. And what they say is instead of just saying, hey, this guy's not going to play, they decide to say, well, he's going to get in there a little bit. He's active. We're going to start Andre, his backup, but he's going to get in there. He's going to feel his ankle out. If he's good to go, then he's going to play. But if he's not good to go, then he's not going to play very much. So then you got 2 guys that could go either way. Yes, the guy's starting, the backup is starting, but you don't know. Because if the starter starts to feel good, then he's going to play more. So I don't play either of them. The backup gets 27 points.
If they just declared him out, you
if
would have
they
played the backup.
declared him out, I would have played the backup with 100% certainty. I would have won.
Who did you play instead?
I played Isaiah Crowell, who did score a touchdown.
He's pretty solid at Cleveland, right?
They were playing Indy. He got me 1 touchdown, but he only had like 50 yards, 45 yards or something. He got me 11 points. But yeah, he catches 1 pass, I win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, again, that was a decision. I made the decision to not play the backup. I didn't want to take that risk. But it was because the other guy got hurt. So I had 2 injuries going into this last thing. But despite all of that, Kevin, I was up 33 points. 33 points going into the Green Bay game, like you.
And you're feeling good.
And I'm feeling great. All I need is for Jordy Nelson to not go off. Because I'm done, but that's all he has. Jordy Nelson needs to get 34 points to beat me.
And you could probably allow 80 yards and a touchdown or whatever.
I could allow 50 yards and 2 touchdowns. You know what I mean? There's so many different scenarios. Jordy Nelson gets 34 points. And I'm listening on the radio as I'm going out to dinner with some friends, and I pull into a parking spot. I'm listening. Right at that moment, Jordy Nelson gets thrown his 2nd touchdown of the game, like a 62-yarder, right? He gets 34 points. He doesn't get anything else the rest of the game. That's it. That's all he got. So he didn't even put it on me even more than he got. That's all he got. So had that touchdown pass been 50 yards instead of 60 yards, I win.
Yeah.
I win. Still score the touchdown, Jordy, but make it 50 instead of 60.
As in mine, if it was a 30-yard pass from Braid Edelman, I'm going to win that game.
You win.
A 60-yarder, I can't weather it.
I hate it. I hate fantasy
Didn't
football.
you also have Keenan Allen?
Yeah, but we don't need to talk about that. We don't need to talk about how he got lost on Revis Island all game and the Chargers couldn't do anything, and he's coming off of a 40-point game.
How many catches did Keenan Allen have?
He had 2 catches.
So if he gets
He had 2 catches for 3 yards. If either of those catches was just a slant for 7 yards, I win.
Man.
2 catches for 3 yards.
It almost seems harder for you to lose that fantasy game than to win.
Right?
What was the ranking?
It was a perfect storm of that the fantasy football gods just shat on me with to make this happen, because it was just one thing after another. It's harder for me to lose that than win that. I agree with you.
What was the ranking? Were you
of the teams?
For you guys, yeah.
It was the 3-6. I was the 3rd seed. He was the 6th seed.
Oh, man.
Yeah, bounced the 3rd seed.
That is heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking.
It's rough out there. Fantasy, it's fun, but just the random one-game playoff at the end of
My
the year.
blood pressure's getting higher and higher right
idea.
now, just
I know.
reliving it all.
Just have no idea what's going to happen when you've got that one-game playoff at the end of the year, and it was misery for both of our teams, unfortunately.
Well, here's to next year, Kevin.
Yeah.
Although,
It all happening again.
in all honesty, I'm in 2 other leagues. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm winning my other league.
I'm still
so.
in,
Yeah.
number 1
But-
seed in that league. So, but
This is the league I thought I was going to win, to be honest with you.
yeah, I have the trifecta. I have the Friends League, the Family League, and the Work League. That's my system. I won't do more than that. And I don't do any other sports. A lot of people do fantasy basketball or baseball
too
or
much.
hockey. It's too much.
Yeah.
Just football.
I'm in 2 leagues, and I'm out in this one, but I'm going to make it to the finals in the other
And
one.
and
so
are,
we'll
are
see
you
that.
super dupes in the other one? Is it
Super
super
Dupes
dupes
in the
all
other
around?
one. They're both the Super Dupes.
Wow.
They're both. Can we hear your team names?
Yeah. Well, two of them are Beebs kids.
Okay.
The Beebs just kind of watches over us.
Oh, wow.
He's kind of he's brought us up. He's made us what we are today. The upstanding
You
gentleman.
got a lot of
the-
Beeb connections. I mean, you were
Yeah.
his older brother for Halloween.
Uh-huh.
Beeb's kids as your fantasy team.
Yeah.
There's a real connection here that I didn't know about.
Yeah, and it's
between
not
you
some
and the
sort of
Beebs.
like weird obsession.
No,
No.
it doesn't sound like it
No.
at all.
Yeah, no.
It sounds very healthy.
It's a very healthy, normal. We all have those types of
Yes.
connections to various young male stars.
He's
singers.
above 18 though, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah, I think recently.
I was gonna have to call the cops on the show right now if he was below 18, and we'd have to have
But
a frank conversation.
Even if
with
he
him.
was below 18, he at least behaves like he's older.
He certainly does.
Very mature.
He
Very
certainly
mature.
does. So it's Beeb's kids in 2, and then what's the other one? What's the third one?
Well, the other one, it's not going to make sense to anybody, but technically speaking, in my work league, I have a co-manager who's a coworker friend of mine, and so we
General manager. You're the owner, and you've got a general manager here in place.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It's a tight run ship.
Serious league. Yeah.
Okay, serious. So we went with the old Hollywood name join thing that they do when these famous actors hook up, and
Yes.
like Bennifer
Yes.
is Ben Affleck and Jennifer
Garner.
So we did our whole little name combo, but nothing was really coming out for us with just the one, like Bennifer. So we did it for both our first and last names. So we are the Chrissa Hendrums.
All right.
Chrissa Hendrums, because I'm Chris and she's Melissa, so that's how
Okay.
we get the Chrissa.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice. I mean, now if something goes wrong, you've got a scapegoat, which is very nice to have.
Yeah.
Somebody to point the finger at.
Yeah, and she bankrolled me. She financed the thing,
Oh.
so she
So
paid.
she's the owner.
She paid for. Yes, she might be the owner, and I'm the general manager. But she bankrolled. She paid for the entry fee.
And
So-
if you win, do you get a little cut of that? Does she give you some sort of Super Bowl bonus?
Well, yeah. See, the thing is, I think she made sure that was going to happen because we teamed up last season and we won. And I didn't give her any of the money. I bought some shoes with it. So she made sure, but I had paid the entry fee last year.
Okay.
So she made sure, she's like, I'm paying the entry fee this year. So if
So
we
she
win,
gets
so
the pot.
I don't think I'm going to get anything.
It's a pretty healthy thing you guys have. It sounds like
Yeah.
a lot of great communication is
Yeah,
going on with
it
you
is.
guys.
It is.
So really good formula to run a very successful team.
There's a lot of behind the scenes fighting that goes on in our
It sounds like
organization,
it.
but we do well on the field. We won it last season, and we're number 1 right now. So
Hey, best of luck. There's something working with that.
yeah,
Well, so hopefully here at some point we'll hear from Rio. He's our friend that is meeting Derek Jeter. But should we get into some of our sports stories here while we're waiting to hear from him? So we figure we have to talk about this, Chris. We have
we can't just always just play the NFL song.
I know. I need other.
We need to try to license some of the other music, right?
I would love to try a couple of that. The what's the other NFL, the really good NFL with like the bells at the start of that? Is that the NFL Network or is that NBC's NFL
Bells?
music?
Is that? Are we talking Christmas
I'll have to
music?
see if I can find it here.
I didn't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, it's here. I'll see if
I
can
was just
find
gonna say it's gonna be weird to play that, and then we dive into a LeBron James story.
it. Yeah, that is
in
true.
our sports quote unquote minute. I don't know if we're going to be talking about anything other than the NFL today.
We've got all kinds of. I mean, it's mainly going to be NFL talk
right.
today, but then for our list of broke athletes, that's not just the NFL.
Oh,
on that.
yes. I can't wait to talk about these schmucks.
So we figure our first story we should talk about it seems like it's the trend now that if you get cheated on as a professional athlete, you call somebody out via Twitter. Because there've been a couple stories here about DeMarco Murray, for one. And he was caught cheating with Brendan Clay's wife here recently. Well, hold on, Chris. We've got our call coming in here. I wonder if this is Rio here. Screaming Goat Radio, you're on the air.
Hi, what's your name?
Hello, who's this?
This is Chris and Kevin. This is Screaming Goat Radio.
This is our radio show. How are you doing?
Hey, guys, I've been a fan for the past, 10 years. I'm a huge fan.
10
Wow,
years, that's
even
awesome.
before we created the show, he was a fan.
he was a fan of us doing our other things.
Oh, did I call the wrong radio station?
I don't know, did you?
Who were you trying to reach?
I don't know. Who's this?
Now you're just trying
This
to
is going really well
us.
so far. Rio.
I think I hear
He's sleepy. To be fair, it's like 11:30 on the East.
way past his bedtime.
His body's all messed up.
I'm on the corner of 45th Street and 2nd Avenue. It's about 25 degrees outside. It was snowing outside.
Are you working out there?
You're
in that
outside
corner?
right now?
I'm outside.
Are you?
Wow.
They're singing karaoke somewhere inside.
Are you just walking around, just kind of kicking the street right now, just thinking about tomorrow and how excited you are to meet your idol, Derek Jeter?
Yeah, I'm actually just looking for hookers.
Oh wow.
Good. Well, hey.
You need to let off some steam, I guess is what you're saying, because you're really nervous. You're really, really nervous, so you want to let off some steam.
Yeah, I got to get rid of the juice.
Yes, we actually talked about that earlier. We wondered if you were going to pee your pants, poop your pants.
I got to get my finger banging going for tomorrow.
He's all set to go.
Hold on, with Derek Jeter?
No, with you guys.
We're not even in New York.
I know. Yeah.
Actually, I was more nervous to talk to you guys than to talk to Derek Jeter.
Stop it.
I'm a big fan.
Don't say that.
Have you? Well, you know what? First of all, can you tell our listeners, Rio, how this even came about? Maybe start with comparing why Jeter is such an incredible icon to you. As
Yeah,
somebody,
maybe that's a good place to start. Is just how this has come about. Your Jeter addiction, so to speak.
I've been a fan of the New York Yankees since 1996. My Uncle Sam is a New Yorker and big Yankee fan, and he basically told me, "You're Yankees, you hate the Red Sox, and you dislike the Braves."
Are you
and
just
ever since '96, obviously it was a good year because the Yankees won everything. So I became a fan, and past 10 years, I just became a little obsession, I guess you can say.
So you're from Brazil, right, Rio?
I am. Eu sou brasileiro, porra.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See. Wait. And then you.
Yeah.
I didn't know you spoke
I don't.
whatever language.
I think
that
that was a
thought
mix
it was
of
cool.
Spanish and Korean. But Rio, you're from Brazil, but you live in L.A. and yet you're a Yankees fan because Uncle Sam told you. Is Uncle Sam real, or are you saying like Uncle Sam like?
Uncle Sam is very real.
Like America.
Uncle Sam Shindor from New York City.
He's in New York City, and you do what Uncle Sam says, and he said, be a Yankee fan.
Hate
Did
the
he
Red
tell you
Sox
to-
and dislike the Braves?
Did he tell you to do anything else? I hope that you didn't fully brainwash you. I mean, I grew up an Orioles fan here as well, Rio. So it is hard for me to.
Yeah,
I would
but,
also
you
have to be
know,
brainwashed.
Since I've been a fan, we won 5 World Series. How many have you been, Oriole fan?
Oh, we're terrible. Well, I mean, we're better recently, but
it's gonna be tough being an Orioles fan.
it's been very tough. It's been a good couple of years, but it's been really tough. And I know you have a Yankees room, so you're a hardcore Yankees fan. How did this trip come about? Because you're here in L.A., you took a red eye, correct, out to New York.
So basically, a good friend of mine, Ryan Bilbrey, lives in New York.
SGR
He
shout
lives
out.
in Los Angeles. Captain of our Pitch Please kickball team.
Yep,
He
everyone knows what you're
basically
talking
told
about.
me His company is buying a luxury suites at a Yankee games. So to basically entice them to even buy more seats, they basically said, "Look, here we'll throw in some a Q&A breakfast with Derek Jeter and Mark Cuban." And he's like, "Oh yeah." So he calls me and he said, "Can you fly to LA tomorrow?" Basically, he gave me like 2 days notice. And I got fans here too.
Oh man.
I got fans called "I'm Your Number One Fan." And basically, that was Ryan. And Ryan basically said, you got 2 days to come to New York. Can you make it? So I'm a married man. and I started looking for tickets. And it was $914.
You're
Wow.
like,
I got to go see Derek Jeter,
For
or
Derek?
I got to end my marriage because if I tell my wife I'm spending $900,
And we know what that choice was going to be. You were going to have to tell her. You have to end your marriage.
Well, you're in New York, so
yeah.
clearly we know what choice you made.
Yeah, how'd she take the news?
But I have a good story. I have a good ending. Basically, $914 to fly to New York for basically 48 hours. And my cousin, Manuela, had the genius idea of, why don't you use your miles? So I used my miles. Cost me 25,000 miles, $75. I'm in New York City looking for hookers now.
Wow.
And even had money left for hookers.
It all works out.
Yeah.
25,000
so
miles.
$914 minus 75. I got money to spend.
So now, how much time tomorrow are you going to have with Jeter? Are you gonna ask him a question during the Q&A?
No idea.
Is it a private room?
Will have about
You got to put a quarter in
seconds.
somewhere.
I have 5 seconds to tickle his balls and cut the.
Kevin, the more we talk to Rio, the more I think I should warn
I think so.
Jeter and his people.
I'm going to do a little Morse code. We got to send a pigeon.
Restraining order.
Every way of communicating. We've
I'm just
going
to tweet him right now. I'm just going to tweet him from the SGR account.
Prepare to have your balls tickled by a Brazilian man
If
tomorrow.
you see a bald Brazilian guy, cut your event short.
With a shirt that says "Marry me," run away.
Now, have you seriously thought about what you're going to say? Because you've idolized Derek Jeter as long as I've known you. Have you seriously thought about what you're going to say?
You were going to get a number 2, a Derek Jeter number 2, tattooed on your arm, and you're going to name your kids Derek and Jeter.
If they're twins, I'm going to name them Derek and Jeter. Hey, Derek. Hey, Jeter. Come over here. Let's play some ball.
Yeah. So, have you thought about what you're going to say? I mean, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
He does have fans out. He's performing on the street
There's
right now.
people that are just crowding around him right now, hearing this story.
No. I must say, for the past 19 years, I've thought about it. Like, if I ever got a chance to meet Derek Jeter, what would I tell him? It is a very tough question because I am a big fan. And of course, I've been to many, many games, and I've screamed at him, I'm naming my kid after you. But I never, I've been 10 feet away from him, but I never really, say, what's up, G? What's up? But,
it's a good start.
Ever since this happened a few days ago, I thought about it, but I'm just trying to forget. And
so you still don't know what you're going to say.
So you're going to just let it flow.
That's the worst thing you could do, I feel like.
Between my English and my love for Jeter and my nervousness, it might just come out like...
So you mean your lack of English?
My lack of English. So it might come out like that.
Chris, I feel like he needs to write down, don't you, like on a note card what he's going to say, not just wing it.
But do you want him to memorize that, or do you want him to go up with a card in front and start reading off the card in front of Derek Jeter?
I feel like that's going to go better than just winging it and seeing what comes out, as we saw by the example. Yeah.
Yeah, it might come out like that, but I do have a couple of thoughts. Like I said, I am a big Yankee fan. 19 years. Past 10 years, I pretty much watch, if not all, most of the games or highlights or post games or interviews, and I am a fan. I'm a huge fan. I love the Yankees. I have a Yankee Stadium chairs in my house. I have a Yankee room dedicated to the Yankees. And I want to get a Yankee. I have a Yankee tattoo.
Rio.
It'd be weird if he dedicated his Yankees room to something else. Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Anyway, it hopefully will come out properly.
Maybe I don't.
I've been a huge fan. I just don't. My point is, I don't want to just say I'm a fan, and of course, I don't want to say I love you.
Yeah, you want to say something different than that.
Somewhere in the middle.
Rio, I got a question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I know, because you are such a big fan, whenever the Yankees are in town, whether they're playing the Angels, the Dodgers, whatever, you go to the games, and you've gotten a lot of stuff signed, and you're there before or after. I mean, I don't even know. I don't know how you do it or where you see the players. Does he recognize you? Will he recognize you? Like, I've seen this guy at every Yankee game in California?
I don't have anything signed. I have a lot of autographs. One of my pride, joy of my Yankee room is on my wedding, my Uncle Sam gave me a huge picture of Derek Jeter tapping the sign that says, I'd like to thank God for making, what was it again? I'd like to thank God for making me a Yankee. So I have a huge poster in my room signed by Derek Jeter, but I have never personally got an autograph from Derek Jeter. 99% of all my autograph things I've got it myself. he has given me 2 baseballs before that, I come out to the stadiums with signs that basically says, thank you, Derek Jeter. I love you, Derek Jeter. And he has said hello to me. So if he sees me, there was probably, oh yeah, that's the guy.
So Rio, where will this moment rank for you, do you think, in your life?
Besides the first time I had sex, besides marrying my wife, besides that one time at the strip club, and besides what else?
So top 3 is what it sounds like. Maybe
my future, the birth of my child, Derek Jeter, number 4.
So future events are now beating current events.
Okay, sorry.
You said number 4?
Number 4, yeah.
Fourth,
right in front of the future birth of his child, I think.
Yeah, because I think he named off 3 other things, and that would be
Derek
4th,
and
and then his
Jeter.
children were after that.
Yeah, but the future event. So
Yeah.
well, it's very exciting, Rio. So we have to run in a second, but I was going to ask you one more time if you want to let us know seriously what you're going to tell Jeter tomorrow, or if this is just going to be something for Derek Jeter.
I really don't know. I'm hoping it will come out. I mean, if I have 5 seconds with him, it's probably going to be too much. I'm just hoping that, I'm going to say something like, I came from L.A. to shake your hand and tell you and thank you for all the amazing memories and amazing times, for this past 19 years watching you. And hopefully one day I will have a child, a boy named after you, and I hope he grows up to be the man that you are.
You're going to have to speed talk that.
That's longer than 5 seconds, but no, I think that's a good start, Rio.
The sentiment is great,
Yeah.
I think.
I just think he's an amazing guy. He
Yeah.
takes a lot of chicks.
Yeah, that's
What, as a father, what else can I ask
you.
of my boy?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just kidding. No, I look up to Derek Jeter very much. All jokes aside, he's been an incredible influence in my life.
Are you gonna try to, like, at the end? Obviously when you go up and you see him, you're gonna shake his hand. At the end, are you gonna try to go in for a hug?
A kiss on the cheek?
While we're taking
Reach
a photo,
around?
maybe I'll grab his ass and see
Yeah, I
if he's
figured.
firm.
Here we go.
I figured.
Yeah.
It's Rio. I figured.
Well, Rio, we're very excited for you. We know this is a big deal for you. You got to let us know how it
I
goes
know.
tomorrow. I'm sure you'll put a Facebook.
I'm trying to take it all very light right now. It's almost midnight here. I'm meeting him in about 7.5 hours from now or so. I don't know, yeah.
Well, do you get
See
a
how it
picture?
goes.
Do you get to take a picture with them?
Yes, this is a whole package,
Okay, cool.
which
cool.
my friend Ryan's company is paying $1,750 each
I said
ticket.
50 cents.
I thought there was some sense in there. I was like,
It's part of Q&A, meeting him, and photo op. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you'll have that as well.
well, we'll definitely watch the internet tomorrow for how this goes, but we're certainly happy for you.
It might get ugly.
You need to get some sleep, man. It's
Yeah.
what now? It's like
Yeah.
almost midnight over there.
I'm gonna
Put-
pull an all-nighter.
Put your
Yeah, that's smart.
Hey, put your avocado mask on, Rio. You want to look good for Jeter tomorrow.
Beauty rest.
And let us know how this goes, but we're excited for you.
I'm gonna get a score tonight.
Dude,
I'm gonna score either way.
well, we're happy for you, Rio. Thanks for calling into the show here. Chris and I are very happy for you for this top 4 life moment ranking right in front of the future birth
One of your
kids.
fantasies
Yeah.
finally coming true.
Yes.
Like I said, big fan for the past 12 years or 10 years or so. You guys are doing a great
Oh, now
job
it's
on the
12
radio. Love you guys.
Thank you so. You're our biggest fan, Rio. Thank you so much.
We love you too.
I am.
Fan of the show.
You were
I
a fan
love-
before we
I
even
love
created
you.
it. That's a big fan.
Well, Rio, good luck tomorrow. Have fun, and thanks for checking in here.
Thank you guys. You guys
Right.
are the best.
You
Man.
too.
Smooches.
Cheers.
See you later. Bye.
You guys are so sexy, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much. Stop it. Tell us more.
So that was 2 fantasy segments back to back. We had the fantasy football, and then we had Rio's
And
fantasy.
we had
Yeah.
a sports fantasy, like a real deal person living out their sports fantasy.
This is just turning into a fantasy segment because we start with fantasy football. We talk about Rio, and now we're talking about fantasy girls that, Russell Wilson, DeMarco Murray.
Wait a second, Russell Wilson. What?
Yes.
What?
Well, that's what just came out
Keep
today.
that name out your mouth.
Your boy Russell
Shut up.
Wilson.
Shut up.
Your boy.
Out your mouth.
Your boy. Hey, listen, don't kill the messenger. That
What?
he's-
What are they saying he did?
They're alleging that he is creeping with Joseph Foria's girlfriend, Erica Hammond. Again,
And who's they? Who said this? Did God say it? Because if God didn't say it, it didn't happen.
the internet, Chris, the Twitter, actually, because now this is
Oh,
the
the Twitter,
thing.
the Twitter.
We've got Erica Hammond. We've got her husband, who is also a player. And he's saying that now, Russell is cheating Russell's cheating with his girlfriend, his side piece, I guess. So now all the people are just using Twitter to out people that are having affairs.
That seems to be going on everywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's going on, Kevin. I don't know what all this sneaking around, cheating on people is all about.
Yeah.
Where's the faithfulness, Kevin?
Well, I'll tell you, we have some junior reporters that were on the scene that tweeted following the tweet that was sent out about this happening. We've got a couple of tweets here describing what happened. We've
Here,
got,
let me. Do
you wanna-
I just want to read if I can find it here, because despite my
You just won't believe it.
faux surprise.
Yeah.
I did hear this story, but I don't believe it. The guy lives, like, he doesn't have a home. He lives at the Children's Hospital in Seattle. Okay, that's not the type of
They
guy.
got a lot of the carts there, a lot of the beds, the hospital beds.
Yeah, he doesn't cheat. Okay, he doesn't cheat.
know.
Okay, but no, here just to set it up, the tweet that went out from Joseph Foria, at Big Joe Foria, Big Joe, said, "Hey, at Dangerous Wilson," that's his Twitter handle, "enjoy her, Erica Ann Hammond. She had me thinking she was a loyal girlfriend, a loyal GF. I almost feel you at Brennan Clay, who you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Hashtag spray tan, which we will talk about here in a second. But so yeah, he just outed both of them. But then he quickly, as they often do, deleted that and apologized shortly thereafter. But it was still out there in the Twitter sphere.
Yep.
So then you've got these reactions or Twitter
Yeah, so then
tweets.
there were tweets that followed that. One was from Andy Nesbitt, who said, "Who lost the weekend?" Joseph Foria, who tweeted something about his girlfriend and Russell Wilson and then deleted it. And then
Yeah.
they kind of poured in from there.
When you have to do that.
Prince Amikamara, I guess is how you say that.
Is that the guy on the Giants? Is that the cornerback for the Giants? Prince Nakamura?
It might be, yeah. I mean, I can't imagine there's too many Akamuras out there. But he said Joseph Foria twerks on the field and wonders why his girl is off with Russell Wilson. You can't have both, man.
Yeah, well, apparently I'm never going to have a woman then because I've done a lot of twerking on this show. But apparently you can't do that.
And I think probably the best one from AA-JJ said, Russell Wilson pulled the robbery move on Foria's side piece. Damn, Russ. Thought a big timer like him would at least steal Gronk's girl.
Yeah, he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
But doesn't Gronk go after porn stars anyway? Like, aren't they able to be had?
Well, fine, Jimmy Graham, whoever. I mean, like, I get the point.
A better tight end is what he's
he
saying.
hasn't done this, yes, but someone at Russell's level is not going to go steal Joseph Foria. He scored his first touchdown of the year last week.
Yeah. You don't
Come
believe
on.
it. It's got to be a Jimmy Graham, a Gronk, maybe a Gates is where you draw the line for his side piece.
Probably Gates is the lowest I would go. Maybe the up and comers like Travis Kelce or something like that. Is kind of
Cameron.
interesting. Yeah, Jordan Cameron. Although he's a wussy. He's had a concussion for like 6 weeks.
he's
Most
been
people
hurt
come
for a
back
while.
in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, so
Like, how do you have a
that's-
concussion for 7 weeks?
So that's definitely where you wouldn't
Yeah.
mess around with Jordan Cameron's side piece, or you wouldn't want Russell doing that.
Way below. No, it's way below Russell.
Yeah.
But it kind of scares me, this whole thing. I mean, like I was about to say, like, this just is happening. You were mentioning the Brennan Clay thing, which
Yep.
is he was saying that DeMarco Murray
Yep.
basically was cheating on him with
Dallas
his wife.
Cowboys running back, yeah.
And which is
They
funny.
have like 3 kids, don't they? I think they've got 2 or 3 kids.
Do they? I didn't know, but yeah, that's the spray tan thing, which we'll talk about
Yes.
in a second. But then there was the whole thing from last year dealing with the Seahawks, which is that there was rumors that that's part of the reason why Golden Tate was shipped out of town. Because he was cheating on Russell Wilson's with Russell Wilson's wife. I mean, it was his wife at the time.
That's right.
Golden Tate had a girlfriend, but it was Russell's wife.
That's right, and
He denies it.
And the story came out like through the Seattle Seahawks publicist people, so that's when people were like, "Oh, they're very concerned about what's going on because they're controlling the message."
Golden Tate to this day denies it, and he even got in on this little Twitter thing because Joseph called out Russ. So then he had his comment saying, "Look, anyone with a brain knows that nothing happened there. Russell knows it, but I just can't believe he's doing the same thing that he was accusing me of doing. So he's saying Russell was basically falsely accusing him, and now he's doing the same thing. So he's a hypocrite in that sense.
And then with the Pacers last year, that was the rumor what was going on with that team with Hibbert and I think Stevenson or a bunch of that was happening on that team as well.
What's going on? And then we could go into the acting world, entertainment world, and find more examples. Just recently, Chris Brown and his girlfriend Karrueche or Karrueche, however you pronounce her name, broke up, saying that Drake cheated with his girlfriend with Karrueche, and then all these other stories came out. Apparently, there was
couldn't
a
happen
fight.
to a nicer guy.
Couldn't happen to a nicer
Chris
guy,
Brown,
right?
really.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for him. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. Then, just literally like a week later, supposedly there was this big fight in a nightclub in Miami, in Live or however you pronounce Live or Live nightclub in Miami. I've never been there. Clearly, I'm not big time enough to go pop bottles with the top dogs down there in Miami. But apparently, P. Diddy punched Drake got into a fight. There was a rumble. There was a fight. Punched him in the face because Drake was flirting with Diddy's girl, Cassie. So there seems
Her
to be
name's
this.
just Cassie. All of these
She's
guys
a singer.
have
Yeah, they just all
ridiculous
Drake,
names.
Diddy, Cassie.
And hers is just Cassie.
Yeah.
All right, that's a little disappointing.
Yeah. Karrueche.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just they're all just one namers. Madonna started it all, I think.
She did.
But yeah, so it's like really it seems like that's the rule nowadays. Like you have to cheat. You're supposed to. The faithfulness is more the exception.
Well,
so I don't know how you and your girlfriend are doing or whatever, or if you guys want to mess around on each other or anything like that, because it seems like that's what you're supposed to do nowadays.
We're not looking to do that right now, Chris.
Okay.
But for people that are looking to do that out there, you should definitely hope that the girl that you're messing around with chooses a different name to save you on your phone than the one that Brennan's wife, who she saved
Clay
DeMarco
Brennan.
Murray. Yeah, she saved his name on her phone as Spraytan.
That was spray tan.
Spraytan.
And it's funny because the Clay got the phone, obviously, got a hold of the phone, and he not only called it out on Twitter, but then posted a picture of a text message of them under spray tan. This is under spray tan that she is telling the person at spray tan that Clay is going to go to the Chargers, essentially. And spray tan's like, he moved. And she says, the Chargers, spray tan says, oh, for real? That's what's up. Because my spray tan place says that's what's up. Then she's like, yep. And so spray tan then comes back with, so I can fuck you in your bed now. And she's like, is that where you want to fuck me? But yes, you can. So,
classy girl. Very classy
girl. So yeah, if you're going to just name something different, I get that too. But maybe you could also be a little bit more, I'm not trying to give tips for people to do this, but to talk like that, it's probably going to get found out regardless at some point in time.
Yeah, if he finds
Speak a little bit more in code than just like,
he's not going to think that she's just texting the local spray tan place to go get some work done.
Yeah, unless that's code for I want the darkest tan.
Yeah.
I don't know spray tan language.
But yeah, that's the thing these days. If you're cheated on, you just dump it out there via Twitter.
What would you put it under? I mean, you're not going to do this, and I want your girlfriend to know that you're not going to do this.
Not looking to do this.
But if you were to do this, what would you put it in your phone?
I don't even know. That thought does not even cross my mind, Chris.
Look at you.
Stop trying to get
You're trying
me
to win points.
Stop trying to get me in
I
trouble.
know you. It would probably be like running shoes or something.
Why would it be running shoes?
Because you like to run. I'm just trying to think of things you're into.
So stop trying to get me in trouble. What would yours be?
Yours would be LA Talk Radio.
I actually already have
producer's
one
office.
It says LA Talk Radio on my phone, so that one wouldn't work.
Monitor it.
Yes. No, we are very happy, Chris. Not looking to creep via Twitter or text message. What would yours be?
Mine would probably be Sour Patch Kids headquarters, HQ, Sour Patch HQ.
Don't you think that's a little too bizarre? Where that would immediately cause someone to be a little suspicious?
My favorite candy, and so I would love to be in business with them and get free Sour Patch Kids for the rest of my life. So what if I was working on making that happen, like a life's dream? So I had been contacting the headquarters a lot. It's probably a little bit out there. The more I think about it.
If you figure out what that is, let us know. Chris, we're at almost 8:50 right now with our show.
Yeah.
I think we're still in our sports quote unquote minute right now, but I don't know what out of all the stuff we have here. We've got our list. We've got.
I could talk about cheating all day long.
Apparently, yeah, that's your go-to topic. We've got our NFL stuff. You want to pick Super Bowl team? What do you want to do in the last couple of minutes we have here?
I'm thinking that probably maybe we should do the list next week or something like that.
Yeah, I think in the 2-3 minutes we have,
there's not enough time to get through that. So I think that we should. I can't find the rest of my papers here. Here it is. This is what I'm looking for. I think we should talk about. Just very briefly, I think we should do the Super Bowl teams. I think we could talk about our Super Bowl picks because we can make those picks quick. But we can even throw a quick little opinion out here about Johnny Manziel. I think we could throw that out there if you want to just do a quick little. What is your thought? What are your thoughts on that? And do you think this is my question to you. One, do you think he's going to perform? And two, the whole off the field stuff. I mean, is he going to be a professional? Is he still going to be at the clubs? Is he going to get his act together?
Manziel's a clown, really. He's young. He's a clown. I think it's going to be fun for Cleveland. I think this is a good move for the franchise because they were at 7-6. They're close to the AFC North. I think they're a half game out of Cincinnati. But I don't think they're going to win that division. It's obvious the way Hoyer has played here recently. He's had one touchdown, Chris, in the last 29 series, and he was 14 for 31 last week with 140 yards and 2 interceptions. So he's not the answer.
Good stat line.
He's not the answer. So I think turning over to Manziel is exciting for the fan base. Do
you think he's the answer?
Well, I think having
it's the right move, but do you think he's the answer?
Having Kyle Shanahan there that worked with RG3 in Washington last year is going to help him.
Yeah, that worked out.
Well, it did in 2012 when they won the NFC East, not so much last year. I think he's going to do fairly well initially. I mean, I don't think he's the answer at quarterback, though. I just don't. All of these running quarterbacks, I mean, Russell's made the transition well, but you've seen Kaepernick regress, RG3 regress, with the whole read option kind of took the league by storm.
Besides last game, and may he get better soon, Cam had regressed a little bit.
Cam had regressed a little bit. So this sort of running this running quarterback, mobile quarterback, the kind of Aaron Rodgers is your best example of a guy who's athletic, he can move, but's a pocket passer.
Yeah.
Manziel's not really a pocket passer. He's a guy that is creative, kind of creates his own plays, throws on the run, a little bit undersized. So I don't think it's going to work out. I think it's going to be exciting to watch, though.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, I actually think that now.
Oh, you think he's the guy, huh?
No, not necessarily. I think he's actually going to get his act together. I mean, he has been a clown, as you say. I agree with that. But given the shot now he's got his shot. He's going to really prove me wrong and solidify the clown title if he doesn't get his act together. I mean, I think he's got I hope there's people around him saying, "Look, just chill out.
Stop with this
on the Johnny football stuff for a while. Just play football and focus on it and work your ass off for it." And I think like. You're right. I think it's going to be a spark. I think he's going to do pretty decently for a little while. I don't think...
And he's got the right coordinator, I think, with Kyle Shanahan there, who knows how to work with the mobile quarterbacks.
So I think it's not going to be any worse than Hoyer in that sense as far as their season, as far as potentially winning games. It's not like he's going to come in and just throw 10 picks a game. They're going to lose every single game. I think he can at least manage the game to a certain degree. Whether or not he's the guy... I think he's got the capabilities.
Really?
I do. I think he's got to work at it though. I'm not saying like he's already there by any means, but I don't see why he couldn't necessarily. He showed me some stuff in college. He showed me some stuff that he could become like a Russell Wilson to me. He's a little undersized and he's creative. He's going to be that type of guy that makes plays with his feet as well. That gets out of pressure.
Russell Wilson scrambles to throw the ball, though.
Yes.
Manziel's not necessarily that. He's scrambling to run, scrambling. He's not a traditional pocket passer. He doesn't like sitting in that pocket. He scrambles to run, where you've got Wilson scrambling still with eyes down the field, scrambling to throw. I just don't see that from Manziel.
But Wilson's not a pocket passer either. Technically a pocket passer. But yes, he is scrambling to throw. So that's what I'm saying. If he commits himself to this and wants to be a professional, I think he can get that side going. Then he's already got the ability to escape and to make plays with his feet and to be creative, like you're saying.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. We'll see. And they are a half game out of first place in the AFC North, believe it or not, at 7-6 behind Cleveland, a half game out.
He just needs to stop being a douchebag.
I'm not sure that's ever going to stop, but kind of like you said, they need some handlers to say, listen, just keep your douchebag stuff, bury it deep down, because he's got a shot to be the guy here. Hoyer's done after the season. His contract is up. He's got a shot to be the guy if he can prove that he's got some potential here and he can earn it.
I agree.
Do we have time to do our Super Bowl picks? Do you want to throw yours out real quick? Our producer's not really. No, it doesn't look like he's really doing much there. So we probably had a couple minutes. Who's your pick?
For the Super Bowl winner?
Two Super Bowl teams, AFC and NFC.
I'm going with my Hawks.
Rocking out with your Hawk out.
I'm rocking out with my Hawk out still. They got their mojo back, and I'm going with New England, unfortunately. I really don't like New England, but I just the way that they look and the way that they could still play on the road, they've only lost, really in my mind, in this. I mean, this last little bit, they played Green Bay, and that was a great game. Other than that, I think they can beat Denver. I don't think Denver's invincible by any stretch of the imagination, and I think it's going to be Denver and New England in the AFC Championship, and then I think New England's going to go on for our side, for NFC. I think it's going to be Seattle, in Green Bay, but that's the hardest one to pick because that's just a rough game. But I'm going with my Legion of Boom. I'm going with the D. As long as we can stay healthy, knock on wood, I think we got our mojo back. We're working. We're going to do it.
Well, here's going to be your Super Bowl. It's going to be Green Bay against the Patriots. That's going to be the Super Bowl.
That's what look at you. You're just on the. Oh God, be creative over here.
Because Seattle's got to go in to Green Bay. If Green Bay was going to Seattle, that could be a different situation. But the slow start that Seattle had is going to hurt them down the stretch. They're going to have to win in Green Bay. The way Aaron Rodgers is playing, they're not going to win that game. And on the other side, the only caveat I have, I'm going to pick New England as well. If Denver can somehow wrestle home field advantage away from the Patriots, then I would pick Denver. But as it seems right now, Peyton's got to go into Boston, into the cold. Got to go into New England, and he has not proven he can win there.
He's old.
New England,
He's
Green
so
Bay,
old, and his hands get
Super
cold.
Bowl.
He cannot play in the cold. His bones tighten up. I mean, no, not bones. His muscles shrivel up. His bones are creaky.
Something happens that keep him from playing well, and he
needs to be in Denver in the air. That altitude is almost like a cryo chamber for him.
Yeah. He was responsible with ruining a lot of fantasy teams last week, so
he didn't throw a single touchdown. Yeah,
we'll see if we can get it together. But that was our sports quote unquote minute there. Heard from Rio about
took
Jeter.
An hour.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes with Rio. And if you're cheating out there, stop blowing people up on Twitter. I guess is really the lesson here for people. And Chris,
great show, Kevin.
Thanks, Cocksock. I'm glad you're in the studio today. What are you doing?
Too.
What are you doing next Wednesday?
I don't know. I might be busy working.
I hope not, because we're going to put a little Christmas show together here on Screaming Goat Radio. Cocksock, you're invited. You're invited out there to watch, and Chris, of course, as always, you're invited to come here as well. I hope I'm invited, too, for our Christmas show.
Eggnog? Spiked?
The special eggnog.
Okay, I'll be there.
Thanks for being here, Cocksock.
Very easy to please.
He's very easy. There's a lot of jokes in there. We'll figure those out. Very easy to please. Thanks for listening out there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next week.
See ya!
You're listening to Screaming Goat Radio with Kevin and Chris, right here on LA Talk Radio.